what is really happening now in the league. If you have not been watching basketball for the last 3 to 5 games, come closer and let me tell you what's happening right now. There are 4 teams that are officially clinched the playoff spots, 1 and 2. 3 other teams have joined them under the last 2, within the last 2 days. Now the teams are locked in, but the race is not over yet. The idea is these teams are going to be in the top 6, which means they don't get to play in the play-in, but they are automatically seeded within the top 6, but they can move around. Oklahoma City has already clinched a spot. They are definitely going to be in the playoffs. As at the time that I was doing this analysis, they had played 78 games and they are 62 and 16, including the match that they won against the Lakers. So it means that they've won 62 games and they've lost 16 so far this season. That means that they have just 4 games left this season to be able to close a wonderful season as number 1 in the Western Conference. San Antonio Spurs lost today. I just watched their match before this analysis, and it makes them 59 and 19 because they lost against a very good Denver Nuggets team, who is also in the top 6. They've been able to cement their position in the top 6. I don't see them dropping off the top 6. Detroit has also had a very good season. They are 56 and 21 as at the time of this analysis. Boston 51 and 25. Boston is a very interesting team. Since when Jason Tatum came back, they're trending upward. And that's a very dangerous thing to watch out for. None of these guys have, secured their final seed because the next 4 games can be very, very, very important. So they need all their key guys still playing at a high level. The margins are what I consider result thin, very, very thin. Even the number 1 position, if the San Antonio Spurs play very well and the Oklahoma City team drop a performance, they can move into number 2 and the Spurs can still finish as number 1. So the fight is still the last day. None of them have secured their final seed, but it's clear that they are in the top 6 and they're not playing in the play-in anymore because of the distance between them and the team that is 7th on the table. OKC leads San Antonio by just 2 games. And they've increased that to 3 based on the fact that OKC will still they're still good with 2 games. Based on the rankings, I've looked at it. I think they're still good with the 2 games. The only thing now is San Antonio Spurs now have to perform better in their next 3 games because they've lost against the Nuggets by just 2 points in overtime. Detroit are leading the Boston with 4.5 games. Detroit are a bit more comfortable because they are leading with 4 games and above. All they need to do is win 1 or 2 more games and they are comfortable and they have already, solidified their number 1 position. Remember that Detroit is going through a tough time because their starting point guard had a collapse of his lungs. And that's Cunningham. Shout out to him. I should have talked about him earlier. His lungs have collapsed and he's going to be away for 2 weeks. I'm wishing him speedy recovery. Cunningham, one of the youngest sensations, he was able to bring a Nike endorsement to the city of Detroit. Thanks for doing that. And is presently injured with a collapsed lungs. Hopefully he's able to get that out of the way and join the team back in the postseason. We want to see that sensation. I want to see how he approaches the postseason. He's still a top guy. And the top of the conference is still a wonderful sprint. With the East, looking like most of them have between 5 to 6 games because some games will still be played today. So it will reduce to like 4 for some of them. But I feel Detroit has what it takes to return number 1.